sun energy is that more fiery, passionate energy, and the moon energy is that deeper, emotional, connection, I can't talk, connecting energy. So I want it to be affected by both of those. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's the Earth Witch, and today's video is a sweet and spicy love jar. Now this jar is for me and my honey. Once you've been together like with a person for a while, the love never dies, but it doesn't hurt to do some magic to keep that love lasting and to make it even more intense. And once you get busy and in the flow of things in life, sometimes you don't express as much love as you want to. So this is just to like increase love within a lasting relationship. So I have quite a few items over here, as you can see. So I have my list here so I know what I'm doing. And let's get started. So this is the jar that I'm using. It's just a small jar, it's a wide mouth. And I am going to be burning the candles on top and stuff while we're sleeping. Okay, so I'm gonna open my jar and I'm going to start layering in the sweet ingredients. The reason I call it sweet and spicy is because I want our love to be sweet and kind and nice and stuff, but I also want us to continue to have passion within our relationship, and so that's where the spicy comes in. So I'm gonna start out with the sweet ingredients. This doesn't need to be like super complicated or anything. You can have like one of these ingredients and make a jar. It's all about your intention. I just have a lot of stuff that I thought would go great in this. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with sugar. This is brown sugar. I like to use brown sugar because this is usually what you use in like baking sweets and stuff like that. And it's relatively inexpensive. And I rather use brown sugar than like my coffee sugar. Not really gonna waste that. All right. And brown sugar also holds a lot of moisture and it makes it like sticky. And you know, you want to stick together, this lasting relationship, you know. Me and my honey have been together for 6 going on 7 years this year. And yeah. So I'm just gonna add a layer of brown sugar at the bottom to forever keep us sweet and loving and appreciative of each other. Okay, that should be enough. A couple of clumps. And take out the big clumps because we don't have a lot of room to work in this jar. I could have used a bigger one because I have bigger ones, but I'm not really pressed about it. Okay, layer of sugar. Let's see what our next sweet ingredient is. Next ingredient is rose petals. All of my rose petals that I have come from my honey. So, or our rose bush outside, either or. But they're taken care of and given with a lot of love attached to it. So I'm gonna add some rose petals. If I can, I'm gonna crush them up a little bit. Some of them are drier than others, so the drier ones I'll crush a bit. And these are red rose petals as well as yellow rose petals. Do a layer of rose. Oops. Actually, I forgot the first thing I was going to do is light an incense. I like to light incense during when I'm doing magic, just to bring that atmosphere, make more of a atmosphere for what I'm doing. So the incense I'm going to be using is this rose incense by Him. It smells so good. You can also use like a jasmine incense, any floral incense that reminds you of love, really. Next ingredient is rosemary. This is a fresh, well, it's like a 3-day-old sprig of rosemary from a garden. Still very fragrant, so I'm just gonna pull them off and put them in here. And make sure that you're always setting your intention with like everything you do. I'm not really like enchanting right now. I'll just do it all in the end, or maybe after I put in all the sweet stuff, I'll enchant it and then move on to the spicy stuff, then enchant it again, and then I will put more energy and work into it before I light the candle, also while the candle is lit, and yeah, so I'm always forever putting more and more energy into my spell work. Gonna post this before Valentine's Day so that if you want to do something similar to this, you can do it with your significant other or by yourself, and so you have some ideas and stuff for Valentine's Day and love spells and stuff like that. Okay, that was the rosemary. I'm gonna throw the stem in here too, might as well. Next, I'm going to add jasmine flowers, just a few. All of these items that I'm adding are good for love and sweetening up your love and making it more of a deep, kind, gentle connection with someone. Next is yarrow. I love yarrow. It's very floral and it's just so nice. I love yarrow. Once again, for love. Love, love, love. All right. And the last like ingredient, like herbal wise or whatever, is heart ivy seeds. Now, if you've never seen heart ivy, it's like ivy, like the regular English ivy. It's related to that, that grows up on the side of buildings and is super evasive. But it's an ivy in the shape of a heart, and we have it growing alongside of our fence. I don't have any like leaves or ground up version of heart ivy because it's not that much that grows there. It doesn't grow like super fast like regular ivy does. But this winter it put out some seeds, and so I just grabbed like a few seeds. Like this is a super small vial with maybe like 15 seeds inside because I didn't want to take too much from the plant. I also left an offering for it. So I only use these in very sparse situations. So I'm gonna add 2, one for me and one for him. I'm just gonna tuck them down into all of this stuff. Like you're planting a seed for our love to continue to blossom, flourish, and grow. And vines also wrap around and entangle and intertwine. And we already have a soul tie, a connection, like a deep connection, because we share a child together. We live together and we've been together for quite a bit of time now. Okay, next what I'm going to do is write out the petition. So I'm going to put on the same side of the paper, I'm gonna put my name and my birth date as well as his name and his birth date. And then on the back of it, I'm gonna write the petition. After I come up with it and I write it, I'll tell you. So give me a second. And my dog's in here if you hear her. She's right here. Okay, so the petition is written, and I wrote, may our love continue to grow, to be sweet, kind, deep, and passionate. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold it through this a little bit and get that loving scent all over it. I love, 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 love this incense. Both sides. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm going to fold it in half and fold it towards me because I want that love. And then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna sit this right here for a minute. And I'm gonna add a little bit of oils and stuff to it. Okay, so I have my love oil here. I'm not gonna really tell you what's in it because they'll take too much, but there's a lot of this stuff in it. So I'm gonna pour a little bit of love oil. Let it drip across. Okay. Also have my attraction oil, and I love this stuff. I worked on this for a bit and it smells just so divine. Oh my God, it smells so good. Anyways, and yes, it's in a wine bottle. I repurpose my alcohol bottles. A little bit of attraction. We're already attracted to each other, but you know, it doesn't hurt to increase that. Keep it strong. And then I also have some honey, and a simple way to do like a love jar or something, you can simply fill it with honey with your paper of intention and your names on it. I wouldn't do that because honey's expensive, and I use honey for medicinal reasons as well. So you can also have a couple of these flowers like jasmine and rose and a little bit of sugar and pour honey on it with your intention paper and stuff, and you'll be just as good. Doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple and still be very effective. So I'm gonna add some honey, and that's gonna keep us glued to each other. Just a little bit. Fold it in half. And I'm gonna place it in the jar on top of the sugar materials, the sweet materials, sorry. This is a wide jar, so it fits perfectly. Okay, I went and got some more oils. These are my warming oils / essential oils. And the ones that I'm gonna use are the ones that I got in my most recent, I might use all of these actually, all of these warming oils, yeah. In my most recent haul video, so I'll start with those. Rosemary and mint. Rosemary and mint are also very good for love. So I'm gonna drip these in here on top. I'm gonna use apple cinnamon, great for love. And also spicing things up. Blood orange. As well as sandalwood and patchouli. Mainly using it for the patchouli because patchouli is a very lustful herb. Not herb, but you know what I mean. It brings lust. Okay. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more honey. Now I'm going to drench, not drench it, but I'm going to put like a nice little layer of honey over top of all of the ingredients, not just the petition. If I can reach all of, yeah, I can reach it. All of the ingredients. Mainly to like signify bonds and gluing together all of these properties and qualities I want to remain in our relationship over the years to come. Okay, I think that's good. I'm using up all my honey. All right, now I'm going to sit here and do a little bit of enchanting, and then we will move on to the next part. All right, y'all, so far this is what the spell is looking like. I will be adding some pictures so you can see before I add in the rest of the ingredients. And yeah, so let's get started. I already did the enchanting. It was a lot of focusing my energy and intention and surrounding it in the smoke of this incense, inserting it in there, blowing it in there, adding power through your breath and your air as well. Okay, moving on to the spice, because we want that passion. We want that fiery love as well as the sweet, kind love, All right, so moving on to the spice. We are going to start with basil. Basil is great for love working. It's also just like, it just makes me think of the way I love food as well. And it's like, you're not a piece of meat, but sometimes you want your partner to see you that way. Eat you up. All right, so I'm gonna get some basil. This is basil I grew in my garden. And he helped me take care of it. So this has some loving energy already in it from both of us. Next, I'm going to be adding Damiana. Damiana is an aphrodisiac and it increases lust. And that's not just for magic, but if you drink this or put this in a tea and drink it with your lover, it can put you guys like in the mood. So I'm gonna be adding Damiana. A tea of it doesn't taste that great, so add some sweetener, honey, or like some rosemary or something. And it gives you energy if you take it as a tea. Not putting a lot of everything because I don't need to. It's all gonna work the same. And this is a pretty small jar, so I don't want to fill it up too quickly. Okay, next is cinnamon. You could say that I could put this in the sweet category, but I consider cinnamon more of a spice. Definitely more as a spice. I like to smell all of my ingredients. I don't know, I just like using my nose. Add some cinnamon. Add power. Cinnamon really adds power to workings. It also is a great herb for love. Cinnamon and rosemary, put them in everything. Every working you do, throw some cinnamon and rosemary up in there. I do have cinnamon sticks, but I'm using powder because it's easier for a jar like this. And remember that like challenge, that cinnamon challenge where people put cinnamon in their mouth and they start coughing and choking on it, We're about to choke in our love. Choke on our love and our passion for each other. All right. And the last thing that I'm putting in here, finally, right? It's just taking like 20 minutes to get here. The last thing I'm putting in here is crushed red pepper for also spice. You can use cayenne pepper. But I'm using crushed red pepper because literally this is my honey's like third love, you know. The kid comes first, then me, then the crushed red pepper. He puts it on everything and signifies as spice, and it's something he really loves. And he's probably, don't tell him I'm doing this. Be like, oh my God, you using my food? I'll get him some more at the Walmart. It's like $1. I'm gonna add quite a bit of this too. Oh my God. Men aren't that observant. He won't notice a thing. That is all of the spices. Now, once again, I am going to enchant it because I added more ingredients to it. Love remains sweet and pure and kind, loving and passionate. May it forever grow to be sweet, loving, kind, passionate. May we forever care and take care of each other. That is my jar finished. I'll take another picture so that you can see, and then we will move on to the rest of it. Okay, so the last thing to do here is feed this jar power and give it an everlasting energy source, you know? So I'm going to put on the lid and then add our candles on top. I have 2 candles here, one pink, one red. The red is for passion and fire, and the pink is for more of a sweeter love and gentler love. I want both, sweet and gentle, but fiery and passionate. So on these candles, I have put both of our names and our birth dates, and they are going down the candle this way so that as it burns down, it's putting, the energy is going down into the jar. And I also put on this one, I don't have a lot of space. This isn't a big candle. It's a good couple of inches, I don't know. I put sweet, kind, deep love on the pink one. And then on the red one, once again, our names and birth dates are going down in order to feed the jar energy and the spell energy. And this one says fiery, passionate love. So I'm just gonna melt the bottoms and put them on top. You can add oils and stuff to your candles and herbs and stuff to the candles, but I already put a lot of that inside of the jar, so I'm just gonna leave these candles alone and just leave them engraved. So I'm going to put them really close together. I have enough room to put like one on each side, but what happens when you put 2 candles very close together, the wax starts to intertwine with each other. You'll start seeing, for example, if I put these really close together, you'll start seeing that the pink wax starts melting into the red wax candle and starts running down on that side. And you start seeing the red melting into the pink and starts running down on the other side. So I want these candles to do that. It'll burn down pretty fast. But the energies will intermingle together as they're burning. So I'm gonna put it like as close as I can, and yeah, just making sure they're stable and that they're not gonna fall over. So, when to light this spell? I will be lighting, you can light it whenever, to be honest. I will be setting this up next to our bed on top of this metal plate, and the candles are burning on top of the metal lid. So nothing is going to catch on fire. And then the top of our nightstand is like a tile consistency, so it's fireproof as well. Keep it in a safe spot, keep your eye on it if you can. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to light it right before we go to bed. Energy affects you easier when you're going to bed, and if it's like a stronger energy, it can affect you and make you like woozy or a little discombobulated. And you have less like protections when you're sleeping. It's easier for energy to affect you while you're sleeping. So I'm gonna light this while we're sleeping, and I'll enchant it before then. Once again, enchant it with the candles. Tell the candles what they're supposed to do and what this whole jar is supposed to do for whom and all of that stuff. And then I will light it and go to sleep. And in the morning, it should be completely burnt down. And only do that if you are comfortable with doing that. And then where I'm going to store this jar is I'm not going to bury it like I did my protections jar. I am going to leave it on the stand next to our window. So that it can always be in our room, and this loving energy will always be near to us while we are together in our room that we share. And it'll also be able to be charged by moonlight and sunlight. I always have the curtains open upstairs and downstairs, but I always have the curtains open because we have a ton of plants. And so, and even some nights we leave the curtains open if we're just too lazy to close them. So we'll always be able to get sun and moon energy. Sun energy is that more fiery, passionate energy, and the moon energy is that deeper, emotional, connection, connecting energy. So I want it to be affected by both of those. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. I wish you could smell this incense because it's divine, but if you can access hemp incense, check out this rose one. It is very nice. Very, very nice. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I should have another video coming out before Valentine's Day, but if y'all know me, I make no promises. So we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if I don't see you by Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you learned something from this that you can do with your honey or for your honey or whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.